Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Ellena, and today I think I'm going to do energy forecast reading for all of the signs, and I'm gonna do this in a whole video. Never done that before, might take a while. So we'll kind of go through the steps of this. I don't know about you, but lately I have been feeling major shifts in terms of karmic collective energy. Cycles that maybe you have been going through for your entire life are finally closing. There are certain contracts with people that are closing in order for you to move into a new space with new people, new experiences. I also feel like deep healing needs to happen, not just in your own personal life, but to understand that the healing that you do is actually for your ancestors, and coming to terms with purpose, understanding where to go from here in terms of heightened awareness, heightened intuition, along with tower moments left and right. It might not be your tower moments, but maybe you're seeing it a lot with people around you, and understanding that it's important to be grounded at this time, to ensure that you're drinking plenty of water, resting when you need to, journaling, having a dream diary, because your dreams are probably wild and vivid and crazy. People from your past might be lingering around you. People who may be part of your old contracts are still kind of lingering around, or maybe there's an adjustment in soul contracts. There's something going on in terms of that type of energy is what I've been picking up for the past couple weeks here. So with that being said, I'm going to be flipping some cards. I'll be using my tarot deck. My tarot decks, I have 3 of them. They're not on sale. Even though I keep trying, you never know. You know, the timing has to be right. So here we go. So I'm going to ask Archangel Michael if he can please assist me with this reading. Oops, thank you, Archangel Michael. 3 cards. 3 cards coming out right now. It says, let your inner light shine. Okay, so this talks about purpose. Okay, anything that's been kind of holding you back, fear, people, circumstances, just feeling like you can't do it, or feeling like you need to hide a part of yourself, it's not gonna fly at this time. Like, this is the best time to speak your truth and be all you can be. Right? Express yourself. The people who are meant to see you need to see you. There's something about your light that is so specific that the people who are feeling as if they're missing a piece of the puzzle, it's because you're not puzzling. You know what I mean? You're not showing yourself as the missing piece of their puzzle, right? It's like that feeling of wandering, or feeling like there's gotta be more, or it's like a lighthouse. It's like being on a boat and looking at the lighthouse and moving forward to it, but let's say the lighthouse doesn't open its shutters. Okay, so what's the point of being a lighthouse if you don't freaking open your shutters and nobody can see you? You're not doing your job. Okay, you're actually causing a lot of issues, causing major issues, because that is your job and you're not doing it. Okay? Archangel Michael is not playing any games. He's very straightforward. He has been my guide since I've been here. And this is coming out loud and clear. You need to start speaking your truth and being yourself authentically and 100% without fear, and taking that leap of faith and trusting that people are going to support you. The ones that are supposed to be there is going to be there, and the ones who are not, doesn't matter, because your job, let's say, is the lighthouse. Why are you closing up the light? What is causing you to turn your shutters off? Like, people need to see you. People need your guidance. There's something about you that people need. They're moving in ways, especially if you're a light worker, they're moving in darker energies right now. They need some help. And that's your job. That's your job. Okay. Second card that came up. This was my like decision card. It says time to part ways. You know, I was talking about closing of contracts, and this is not just about people. This is about, maybe it's a job that you know is like not for you anymore. Maybe it's about just closing up certain lessons in your karmic cycle. Like, this really speaks about how it's very important for you to close up whatever you need to close up in order for you to step into your purpose. Okay, maybe you have a group of friends that's not healthy. Maybe you're in a workplace that like is fine, pays the bills, but it's not your calling. Maybe you're in a relationship that you know is dead end and it's not good for you, and you're just like, and it's blocking you. It's blocking you from meeting the right person you're supposed to meet. What about them? What do you think about them? You know, like, it's like this speaks about that. And like Archangel Michael, he's very like, it's like cutting cords too. Cutting cords of attachment, cutting cords to nonsense, to bad habits, to distractions, to things that are really not or no longer in alignment with where you're going. And so he kind of asks, like, how dedicated are you in moving towards what it is that you're supposed to be moving towards? Like, are you going to do your job or are you not? This, I know it sounds very blunt. But there he is. So this is the third card. This is the peace card for me. So it says there is a better option for you. You got all these cards here. So there's a better option for you. So maybe some people out there feel like they don't have no choice but to kind of be where they're at, or they feel limited, or they feel like they just need to stick it out with this like type of relationship for however long, for whatever reason, right? There's no judgment here. You got to do what you got to do. But he also talks about peace. Like, I think when we go through challenges, what we're really seeking is peace and like assuredness, safety. It's like feeling comfortable in your own skin and feeling the ability to relax or unmask or just to be yourself. It's like you don't have to change everything all at once, but the little things that you do to bring yourself closer to this is what's going to slowly build more momentum to get all your other things kind of more in alignment with this. And when you feel really safe, when you feel like you can trust yourself, that's when you can just be yourself, right? All right. So that is a very strong message that wants to come through. You know, I bought these cards, these Mandala cards. Amazing. If I want really clear answers, these are the cards that I pick. So he wants me to pick some cards here. Oh, isn't it nice, he says. Isn't it nice that I'm doing these readings again? It's been a hot minute since I've done this. Like a long time. And I gotta be honest, the reason why I kind of stopped doing them is because I wasn't yet sure of who I was, and I wasn't yet sure of my boundaries energetically. I felt like I was doing it because I needed to, like a responsibility. It's not really my responsibility. However, if I feel compelled to, I am supposed to do it and release it. I'm not supposed to feel obligated to do this. And for those who are thinking of doing tarot readings, I want you to know that, like, because it's so easy to do something and feel like such a chore to do this all the time, when really you should be doing it when you're inspired. You should be doing it when you feel called to, and to know that, like, how other people perceive the messages is up to them, like, to not overthink too much about it. And that's kind of something I would have wanted to tell myself when I first started making videos on card readings. So here we go. My nose is so itchy in this energy. Okay, Archangel Michael, is there another message you would like for me to know? Also, it's really warm. That's when I know, like, I don't know if people who do Reiki, and it's like, it feels like a furnace is in your face. That's what it feels like now. That's what it feels like now. Is there a message you would like for me to share with the collective? Thank you and amen. So it is. Okay. No cards are jumping up. Well, just, you kind of almost have to look for it. Maybe that is like a sign in terms of, like, people are just kind of hoping to see more signs, but it's almost like you have to also put in the work to try to discern on your own what is right for you. Because Spirit gives signs all the time, right? You just have to know which one is for you. The first card is Goddess Isis, an Isis crystal. She shall always prevail. That, I smile at that card because I feel like despite all the crap that you have gone through or are still currently going through, you will make it through, you know, as long as you stay true to yourself, as long as you move with integrity and follow your heart and trust your intuition, you will always prevail, because your ancestors and your spirit guides are watching over you. And they're rooting for you. You're a generational curse breaker. They're rooting for you. Like, why wouldn't they help you? You're helping them. You're helping the world. You're helping so many things. You're uplifting the energies of the planet. Like, why else? Why wouldn't you be helped? You know, it's almost like this card is also about trusting that you will be supported. I think maybe there's some people out there that do not feel like they will be fully supported if they embark on this journey that is true for themselves. So there's that message. like, okay, so the second one, Angel Balthiel, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, rose quartz, beautiful crystal, heart healing. So I just took a deep breath and I held my heart. I feel like this card has something to do with, I feel like it's like self-love and self-esteem. Like, maybe there's people that feel a little bit insecure, or that they're not capable of doing what it is that they truly want to do. Maybe it has something to do with fear, programs in the past that have held them back, people who may not have believed in them. This heart healing is something that I feel like needs to happen before you truly step into that version of you, because I can't speak for everyone. I can speak for myself in terms of, like, when I was doing my videos, a big reason why I couldn't sustain it was because I was insecure and I felt kind of not stable in my energy. I didn't know myself very well. I still had a lot of things I needed to work on. And it doesn't mean that you have to be fully healed before you start making videos. It just means that you just have to actively find what it is that is holding you back from doing what it is that you came here to do, and to kind of have compassion for yourself, and know that you're not going to be like perfect. Nothing's going to be perfect when you start. You just have to do it, and do it scared, you know? Take that leap of faith type of thing is what I'm getting here. So the third card here is Goddess Lakshmi and Dendric Agate. Such a pretty card. Her Golden Grace. This is a beautiful, beautiful card. And sorry if I'm speaking a little bit more quiet. I could hear my neighbors come home. However, I should still be able to speak how I want to, which is a challenge for myself, but I'm gonna do it. This card for me has to do with forgiveness. Forgiveness. It's like maybe there are people that have caused you a lot of pain, but you haven't yet forgiven them, or maybe you haven't forgiven yourself for being so hard on yourself. There's something about this being, if you're easily able to hold space for other people and are compassionate to other people, and you're not judging of other people, how come you don't extend the same grace to yourself? And I think this is a question that you should really kind of think about. And when I see the imagery in itself, it's like a garden. It's like, are you taking time for yourself to kind of meditate and be clear on who you are? Because when you're surrounded by a lot of people and a lot of things are going on, you tend to get distracted and you kind of don't know what you want to do. You're almost, you know, if you're not careful, you'll start focusing on what other people want from you, instead of really knowing what it is that you want. You know, like some people might have gone through, let's say, a midlife crisis where they spent their entire lives serving other people, focusing on other people's dreams. And when they ask them, what do you want? They just freeze. They don't really have a response. And I think this card is saying that it's important to take time for yourself and to focus on what it is that you would like in your own journey. What are your dreams? Maybe you need to write this down, or like kind of put it in a journal or manifest it in your own way. Like let go of distractions to kind of really cultivate what it is that you want. Again, sorry if I'm speaking really quietly, like my neighbor just came home, so oh well. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to share. There's a lot of energy, like there's a lot of throat chakra. I'm like burping, which is like my sign of energy moving through my throat. Archangel Michael's here, so it's not surprising to me. But here we go. God, these cards are like so loud and beautiful. Ascended Master Jesus and Rose Sophia. It says meaningful sacrifice. This card, it hits home in so many ways, because like I feel like when you're going through things, you don't really recognize exactly how it leads to your purpose. Sometimes it's really frustrating because some of these karmic lessons can last like decades or like generations, and you kind of go through it and you're wondering like, when is it my time? What is the meaning of all this? And then when you kind of sit back in your garden after and heal and kind of figure out what's going on, it's like at this point you start to understand and you start to piece together all the things that you went through. It makes sense of why you went through it, because there's some wisdom, some sort of gift that you are supposed to share with your experience. I've said this before, where I just feel like if somebody has gone through so much stuff and they just kind of hold it inside and they don't really like share their knowledge, it is the equivalent of being a lighthouse and not having your shutters closed. It's like, what is the purpose of you going through all of those challenges if you're not opening up your shutters and sharing your guidance, or like helping other people find their way through the dark? Wouldn't you have liked that if you were going through stuff? Wouldn't you have wanted someone to help guide you through that? And I feel like as you're like in this space, you're starting to recognize that the struggles that you're going through are temporary, because it's moving you towards your purpose. And this is what's really, really important. Everything is guiding you back home to who you are. And that home, that signature, that vibration that you're seeking, or that is you, and you're literally just kind of removing everything that is not you, actually. It's not like you're finding yourself. It's like you know yourself, but you're moving stuff away that's not for you away. And so your alignment is stronger. So what happens is that when you do this, you become the person that you needed. You become the person that you needed growing up. You become the guide, you become the ancestor that's living the life that your previous ancestors couldn't, you know, that really wanted to. You're a living proof of that, right? You carry the wisdom of your ancestors. And so many times people think like, oh my gosh, you know, it's just generational trauma, etc., etc. And yes, we have a lot of trauma, but we also have a lot of wisdom. And now we have technology. So at this time, there's a lot of ways to kind of uplift humanity in an exponential way through technology. So think about that. You know, that's something that we need to kind of think about. And that's like exactly how I felt this energy has been lately for me. So last but not least, I'm gonna do a card here in terms of a final message for people out there watching. I hope you guys are staying cool out there. It's really, really hot. Like it's even hot in my house right now. And I'm like, oh, I know what this is. I said 1, but he wants 3, which is fine. Beautiful cards, by the way. This, when I look at the image, I'm gonna cry. This is like Mother Earth too. This is like collective global energy. I cry because the message on the card is like so important. You know, turquoise, this is turquoise. Archangel Gabriel and turquoise. Safe to be seen. So we were just talking about that. Being a lighthouse, shining your light, having people see you. What is holding you back? I cry because this is resonating with me because I've been making videos lately. It's crazy. Okay, it says, I trust in the divine timing and loving wisdom that guide me to shine my light for the spiritual benefit of all beings. Including myself. The light within me is one with the great universal source of love, light, and wisdom. Its strength, protection, truth, and grace can be trusted to provide all that is needed for me to step forward and manifest my sacred purpose. I release the past and step into the higher reality now available to me. I shine my light, bright and true. Or are we just not talking about this? I'm gonna have to make this into a two-parter, like, seriously. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so the pink card came out next, beautiful. It's the same one, Angel Bathiel and Rose Quartz. So it's the same card. So it tells me that this message is very important, heart healing. And you know, as I kind of look into this, I think about how, yes, we can heal our generational trauma and all that, and we can try to heal that and then kind of figure out what it is that's holding us back from our purpose. But I also want to reiterate or say that maybe being seen and sharing your light and sharing your truth is going to be healing for you. It'll be healing for you because not only are you in alignment with yourself, but you are providing the world with a gift that you have that is unique to you. And that is a form of abundance. So it can be very healing to be able to help other people with your gifts. Archangel Michael, I have mascara on. Don't do this to me. Anyways, okay, so here we go. Let's read this. My beautiful heart is worthy of love and radiant with kindness, generosity, and healing grace. My heart has an unlimited capacity for wisdom, forgiveness, and for unconditional love that brings freedom and renewal. I respectfully listen to my heart. I trust that my true heart's desires are divinely inspired, guided, and protected so they can manifest in the world according to higher wisdom and grace. I allow my heart to guide my way. Okay, thank you for that. Jesus. Third card. Seems like a protection card almost. Like you're divinely protected. Like I always feel like if you're here and you're in your purpose and you're being authentically who you are divinely protected. Because you're fulfilling your end of the contract. Okay. So there's no fear. No fear to be seen, to say your truth, to share your story. You will be okay. Okay. So this card is Goddess Ishtar and Astrophyllite. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It says daring rebirth. With radical optimism and unconditional trust, I embrace and embody a new emanation of my higher self. I welcome my innate spiritual capacity for rebirth. With boldness of spirit, I allow myself to be transformed. I am willing. I am ready. I trust in endings as the hallmarks of new cycles of grace and fruition in my life. My soul is luminous and victorious. With the sacred power of the phoenix, I rise. What did I just say about closing of contracts, stepping into purpose, forgiveness, everything is here. Absolutely everything. This is amazing. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Yeah, this is truly what the next step is about. This is what I've been feeling for a long time. And I think I'm just finally like succumbing to like what it is that I'm meant to be doing here. And I'm just gonna roll with it. Remember, it's good to know what you're supposed to be doing. At the same time, be open to detours and adaptability. Do not put yourself in a box, because that will just limit your expansion and your flow. So there's that. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do a part 2 with the zodiac signs. It'll probably be maybe like 5 minutes each, 5 minutes each for each sign, and then it'll just be one card that I'll pick for them, maybe two. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye. Thanks.